Hello, hello. If you are familiar with Meow Skulls as a character, you might recognize this patterning and general design. I think I did at some point this month, I put up some screenshots. I did some screen grabs of the full model itself that you can see more than just what I show on the stream itself. Because it is like a full body retexture. I don't do 3D modeling, so I don't have any of the accessories or things like that. But I did a much better job this time around of actually using the included UV masks so I can paint according to the curvature much more accurately than just kind of painting based on vibes alone and just trial and error. Because, yeah, that took a long time. Because for some reason, when I did the Sly Cooper retexture, it did not occur to me to use the UV mask as a guide. So I was just back and forth between GIMP and Unity, just paint a little bit here, replace the texture, load it back in, see if it matches up, and then just keep doing that back and forth constantly. I did a much better job of not putting myself through that this time. Yeah, I was gonna pull up the link to the post where I had the pictures so that you can have a sense of what it looks like as the full model. Let's see. I want to copy link to post, and then here's the link to the post I made for anybody who wants to see the full model as a front and back. So you can see the full scope of what I actually repainted. Because I don't really use the full model on streams basically ever. I don't really have anything that calls for it. I figure why only do half of it? It was a lot of fun to do the whole thing. I feel like I did a pretty decent job of capturing the entirety of it. Yeah, it was a fun little project. But I think that's enough about things that aren't Silksong, because we've got some business to take care of here. We've got some crazy things going on here in Farloom. But yeah, it's been a little bit, Sam. How have things been going on your side of things? It's been a little bit since we've been able to catch up on stuff. Where am I heading here? Ah, yes, back to the Moss Grotto. So far, so good, just working and living? Yeah, that sounds about right. That's kind of where I've been at, too. But, yeah, things have been going pretty well, so can't really complain. Also, Brad says hi, can't watch due to spoilers. Totally get it. Say hi back to him. Same kind of thing with him, like, we haven't had a chance to really catch up recently. He misses you? Aw, I miss him too. I miss both of you guys. We need to do more stuff. sometime. I keep I keep looking at Dead by Daylight doing stuff, and it's just like, I used to play that with people. I used to play this game with other people. It's just not the same on my own. I'm not huge on playing multiplayer games solo. Oh yeah, you guys. Yeah, about the only thing I've really done with Dead by Daylight recently is just wondering what on earth behavior thinks they're doing. Because it sure is something. I mean, they didn't even put out a calendar for their Haunted by Daylight daily logins. They literally just said, log in, get daily rewards. But they usually put out a calendar for that, don't they? Where you can see which days have which rewards. I don't remember seeing one for this event. I think that's the first time. And yeah, I'm not gonna get into like all of the stuff that's been going on recently because there's a lot. And I've already been having my own personal experiences with it on my own time. And it's not particularly relevant to this game in particular. So I won't go off on a tangent or anything. I just think it's really, really funny how, some things just never change, do they? Sometimes it's just that they are the way they are, and that may never change. And no new killers for the rest of the year. They're trying to work on balancing the game. I wish them the best of luck. I do not envy the position that they are in and the task that they have to fulfill. Balancing that game is, I can only imagine it's an absolute nightmare. And not in the fun, oh, spooky killer, Dead by Daylight kind of way. No, logistical nightmare. The worst kind of nightmare. What's this? That's an unexpected heart you're holding, old one. We can guess to its source, though we'd believed it long gone from these lands. The heart of a graceful lord. In its taking, I was able to witness his caves and kingdom as once they flourished. A stunning sight. Unique. All gone. Lost to the pale monarch. And the system to keep her caged. It is time, shamans. I have the hearts, enough as requested. Enough to build your spell, yes? Aye, we're ready. Still, it's a sad set you're holding there. Strength such as few shall ever know. And all about to burn for Volume's saving. Oh, gotcha. I'll warn you, old one. This first part might not be pleasant, but we'll get you in there, deep as needed. Now you've only to ready yourself for what comes after. Lay up on the dais and we'll begin. Alright, here we go. Catch me in. Oh. Oh, guys. No, this is not what I meant by open heart surgery. Oh. We are going deep. Oh, jeez. Red memory. Oh, boy, that was intense. Yeah, we've come a long way from no voice to cry suffering from the first game. Because Hornet definitely has a voice to cry suffering, that's for sure. Oh, that's not a good place for me to check what I've got equipped. I was just gonna real quick remind myself of what I actually have equipped, but looks like I am not allowed to do that here. This seems good. Sure. God, after having done all of the Grim Troop stuff, I've... Oh, that little baby Hornet. This little baby Hornet. Look at her, she's so small and little. Show us your craft, child. Show it splendid, as only we can teach. Prove yourself more weaver than worm. I'll just do a little bit of knitting. She's making biscuits. Look at her go. They grow up so fast. Jeez, this little patch of crimson, though. Oh boy. Yeah, after playing Hollow Knight all week, the absolute vividness of the colors in this game are incredibly striking. Like, seriously, play Hollow Knight and then Silksong back to back. And just experience the absolute change in the color saturation. Because Hollow Knight is very, very desaturated. But like I mentioned last time, I feel like it is very fitting. No way. Oh, no way. I'm really glad I've been playing Hollow Knight all of this week because no, this, what? This is just straight up, this is Deep Nest. Oh, wow. Oh, this is hitting a lot harder since I was just here. So my memory is very fresh. My child, my baby girl. Ignore them, daughter. Their whispers. Greater, grander, weaver, guardian, queen. Those are their desires, not your own. Certainly not mine. It's heartbreaking that her mother's face is just like a blurred image. Only if you resist them, you might see it. Another hope. Beyond. But recall these words in time so far. Will you even remember me, child? Could you? A mother, before the mask, before I lay forever in duty. God, I am gonna cry by the end of this. I guarantee it. They're really working hard to make it happen. Man, if that just doesn't drive home how different of an experience this is from Hollow Knight. I feel like they really set themselves up super well to tell two very emotionally contrasting tales with their protagonists, because the knight is literally emotionless. They are the perfect empty vessel. So they don't really have any personal emotional resonance happening aside from what we as emotional beings impart and empathize with from our own experience and our own perspective. But Hornet is her own person. So she has all of these emotions and memories to rationalize. Also loving the hive aesthetic. It looks so nice in this game. Everything's so opulent. Just the way the gold shines. So good. Good. Better. Yet still, you will need to be faster. In time, they will come for you. Those who fear your nature, and those seeking to claim it. To survive our world, you must learn to sting, swift and sudden. Wow. Hornet trained under Queen Vespa, huh? That's really interesting. We're getting so much more insight into what Hornet was up to in Hallownest. Just what was she doing while she was there? Because we don't see very much of her involvement in the kingdom through Hollow Knight. Because mainly what we see is her involvement in what we're doing directly. So this really brings a lot of extra dimension to things. The White Palace too. Oh my god, I'm really, really happy I played through all of Hollow Knight just before this. Because this is... this is so fresh in my mind. And it has a great effect of giving me that immediate contrast where, gosh, these places look so good. Even down to these weird little spike pillars. Like, even the spike pillars look nicer. And just that little bit more detail. Yeah, we are going into a lot of memory here. No, wait, I just thought of something. No. It's her. Alas, Spider's child. For our ways you will think us harsh. You will think us uncaring, unrepentant. And so we must seem, for such is the cost of our wish. You are wrong, lady. I knew the wish and the price to achieve it. And now, across these many ages, I have only come to know it better. Strength. In mind, in care, in claw. Strength enough that I may live to see a world better than our own, or to craft a world as I desire. That was the wish of my mother, of my mentor, and of you. Indeed, Spider. So much pain you must have passed to speak our hope so simply. For her you become, who knows clear our desire, and has seen full the darkness beneath our house. I would show you the gift. Witness the first light, the only means we possess to resist that void with which our family is forever linked. Reach forth, child grown strong. Wrest it from this remembrance. Burn yourself free from our sad fate. Obtained the Everbloom. Fragile flower taken from a deep and distant memory. Its pale light wards against the void. Well, I guess there's only one place left for us to go. We're heading back to the Abyss. We've got some unfinished business to take care of down there. Wow, that was a lot. They almost got me. But that was a really, really cool set piece there. Again, very glad that I had just played through all of Hollow Knight before this, so that the memories for me were incredibly fresh, and being able to see the contrast was very, very potent. Seeing these areas that I've become very familiar with in Hollow Knight, seeing how they've been readdressed. Probably don't have to warm up with that one wish since you're warmed up from Hollow Knight, huh? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm invested. I'm invested now. Like, I can't just walk away from that. Like, we've set up some pretty intense narrative drive here. It doesn't feel quite right for me to go off and do side questing now. Because like I mentioned in my post earlier, the main goal is to check what remains of the story. And then after that point, then we can go back and clean up other things. But I'm invested right now. I want to see where this goes. So the question now is how we get back down there. I suppose I should probably check in over here and see if there's anything going on. I'm thinking we head back down to the... check out what happened to the diving bell. Because we kind of need that thing. I don't think we're going to be able to get back down through all of the lava that chased us up from the ground when we left the abyss area the first time. So I think it would behoove us to check our initial means of transport and see if that's still viable or not. At the very least, maybe we'll get an idea of an alternative approach, should this one no longer seem to be viable. Because yeah, this thing had a little bit of trouble on the way down. Ballo, are we good to use this thing still? Miss. Hello? I see you've survived. Somehow. Thought that last plunge must have been your end. It was not. I survived the fall and managed a treacherous return. Ballo really be out here like, how was the fall? For the diving bell's failure, the risks were clear to me. The fault lies not with you. As you say, this bell's old, and time has a way of breaking things even as fine-forged as this. And see below, for its failure, I've been working hard at improving the design. Your last journey ended up being a valuable test. Good. That return path is long closed to me, and your bell is now needed again. Again? Wait, that apostrophe shouldn't be there. Wheel if you're game enough to try a second time? Excuse me? Somebody got a little apostrophe happy here. Hello, Team Cherry, I found a typo. Team Cherry, you made this game unplayable by having an extra apostrophe in your dialogue. Well, if you're game enough to try a second time, a shell shield's been fitted and the bell's like new. Better than new. If you're planning another descent, head down, holler, and I'll get you going. Sounds good. Let's take a little quick sit down. Let me address what I've got equipped to make sure all is good. I've seen enough nerf Morwing. Yeah, that typo deserves nerfing something. Make the game easier as a result. That's their punishment. They wanted to make a hard game, but for every mistake they make, we force them to make the game easier against their wishes. Oh boy. Let's head on down. We've got places to be. Holler when you're ready, miss. The upgrades are done. That bell's as ready as it'll ever be. And so am I. Strap me in and send me down. We're going to finish this. No, that went much smoother than the first time. Awesome. And we just go left and then down and then right. Seems good. Now, was there anything else bestiary-wise that I needed to take care of while I was down here? Let me go all the way to the bottom. Oh yeah, the wing mold. This one's a cool little note here. A crude construct of my father's fallen domain. Only a fool believes that void can be fashioned to do their bidding. Straight up calling him out. Yeah, Shadow Creeper and Charger. Now there was a shadow creeper up here. I will say one thing that will require a tiny bit of adjustment is I have gotten a little bit used to having an absolutely massive attack range with my Hollow Knight charms. So I'll have to be a little more mindful of my spacing. Get off of my noggin. I am very happy to be able to heal in midair again. That was something I found myself missing quite a bit with Hollow Knight, is having to be completely rooted to the spot to do basically any sort of healing whatsoever. That was a bit of a problem. Not insurmountable, but just required me to be a little more careful. Don't you do nothing. You're doing something, and I don't like that. Get away from me! Stop it! Go away! Go away, Mr. Gross Nasty. Oh, go through the door. Get out. Get to the safety of the loading zone. Okay, I don't think I need to go in there. Well. I will say one thing that I will kind of miss. It's not a huge deal, but I just learned how to... use the crystal dash as a means of wall slide stalling. So I'm gonna have to make sure I don't attempt to do that here, because it won't do anything. Hornet, what did you map? What did you even draw on the map? Oh, I guess just the diving bell being a little different in a different place now. Just use Hive Blood for the entire game should be easy enough. Yeah, you know, if you get hit once, you could totally make it for 10 seconds without taking another hit every single time, right? I mean, Hive Blood's good enough for White Palace and Path of Pain, where you have the time to just wait for it to come back. Nightmare King Grim, though. That man's not giving you 1 second, let alone 10. But I digress. Child, I hold the means to descend. Let us meet one final time, and quell this black ruin of our making. Who are you hoping you'll find down there, Spider? An ailing child and a silk-starved beast? If so, I'm afraid we may sorely disappoint. What waits below is me no longer. Even if only your shadow remains, to release your mother's grip, my blade would see it slain. Then why hold, even this moment? Surely, terror hasn't suddenly claimed your hardened heart. Take the final plunge, Spider. Join us in my drowning palace, and let oblivion swallow us all. Oblivion may take you, child. My own life I shall not sacrifice. I have survived the fury of your land. I have borne its barbs and its blades, and I have seen wonder behind its dangers. But always, child, I remain a daughter of Hallownest, and the void below all things. That darkness I will fear no longer. Oh, that color change. Oh, man. Here we go. Wow, are we fighting the Deltarune Titan? Is this the Roaring? Oh yes, another cutscene, let's go. Okay, I think I'm sufficiently hyped. Hi, you're looking a little tied up. Ooh, Shadow Lace. Lost Lace. Here we go. We get Lace round 3. Kind of. Okay, nice move. Ooh, those shadow tendrils though. Ooh, that's sketchy. Alright, I just need to study your moves. Okay, you can do 3. That's fair enough, I suppose. Dang, okay. That is your most punishable attack. Whoa. Lucky dice with the save? Nice. Ooh, yeah, I could have dodged that a little better. Yeah, just baiting out that attack seems to be working out really well for me so far. Okay. Woo. Whoa, we're getting a little spicy here, huh? Oh yeah, you got those things. You almost reached me with that one. Oh, I ran right into her. Okay, I think I have a bit of a strategy starting up here. I feel like I have my best chance so far with getting her to do those jump attacks. She's pretty consistently vulnerable after them in a way that I can capitalize on pretty safely. I lost Lace. Whoa. Getting spicy with it here. I have to remember to not get hit by her too, because she takes the silk away from me. So the whole void thing. I'm not paying enough attention. I cannot afford to be this relaxed about the whole fight. I'm just like vibing. This is the wrong time to be vibing. Okay. Get a couple extra hits in there. Thank you, Lucky Dice, for saving me from my own mistakes. Watch out for those. Yeah, she's gonna leave those behind now, okay. That is fair. I guess she can summon those from the air too. Watch out for these. We're gonna do silly little things on the ground. I think just keeping track of what she's doing at all times is gonna be tricky. When she starts sending out the additional environmental complications. Dang, I tried to hit her, but I was just a little too close. I think I'm starting to get it, though. I'm starting to develop a little more consistency here. You know, what really terrifies me about this fight is it's probably going to be a similar situation to you fight Lost Lace first, and then you fight Grandmother Silk immediately after with no break in between, and also you're gonna have to do it every time. That's what I'm afraid is gonna be happening to me. No, no, no. Don't you do that. Yeah, that was kind of rough facing. Whoa, okay. I'm a little spicy with that. I was a little too close there. That was my bad. I just have to make sure I'm aware of her sliding distance. You can slide really far out of that diagonal slash. Ooh, okay. Just stay back a little bit. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, she does that when she goes into the ground. I have to remember that she can do that. Yikes, she just barely reached me with that. Ooh, almost dodged it. No, you don't. Hehe. Oops. Thank you, Lucky Dice. Yikes, yeah, that's not great. Mean to me. Lost Lace, mean to me. Mean to me. Being mean to me. I'm kinda getting it. I just need to focus up a little bit more, I think. I'm still playing a little bit too loose. Guys, I think I might have to lock in. I might have to activate my ultimate epic gamer skills. Might as well just get the cocoon early. And, you know, sure, why not take damage? Do that. Stop it. No, don't you do that. I still managed to sneak the hit in there, huh? Cannot underestimate that return distance that she gets from that third slide. I think that's one of my biggest problems is I'm underestimating the amount of distance she can cover with her attacks. Okay. Okay. That might be a consistent strategy to dodge, actually, if I can do it early enough. Yeah, that might actually work. Surprisingly, running directly away from an attack might actually be the best way to dodge it sometimes. No, don't do that. Girl, you gotta stop gooping all over the place. It's making this fight really, really unhealthy. Like, this cannot end well for anybody. I'm going back in. You can't keep me down, Lost Lace. Like Mr. Afton says, I'll always come back. feel like the needle strike might be a bit of a trap here, just because it takes long enough for me to use it that she might have her parry stance up by the time I get it started. And that causes multiple problems for me. Oh yeah, she would do that. That wasn't soon enough. Ooh, that was sketchy. I'd like to not be in the corner, please. And a wild concept. Not being pressed against the wall is probably good. You're doing a lot of goop attacks here, Lace. It's not a good look. There you go. There's something normal. She's just doing all of them back to back all the time forever now. Ow. Also. Ooh, I almost fed right into that. That would have been bad. Okay, does she always do all three of them in sequence like that? If so, that could be good to know. She seems to like do follow-ups on those. Alright, I think I'm just getting unlucky with the timings she's choosing. Ooh, sketchy. Sketchy. Ow. I just face tanked that by accident. Whoa. Girl, you gotta stop with that. You gotta stop with all the void attacks constantly coming out here. I'm healing for sure. Okay. What next? Hi. Oh, that's not good. Am I doing something specific here, or do I just... Oh boy. No way. You're not doing this to me. We're not doing a Dark Souls 3 painting of Ariandel thing, are we? Okay. Now I know. Now I know. But also, by golly, this is an endeavor. Honestly, Radiance ain't got nothing on this in terms of vanilla content. The amount of damage I need to be doing here is insane to get anywhere. Okay. Yeah, I need to adopt a different strategy for dodging parries. And I need to stop jumping so much. Jumping is just causing problems for me when I'm doing it without a plan. I'm working on refining my strategy here. It's a work in progress, as you could probably tell. Okay. Almost underestimated that thrust attack again. Dang. Could have gone left. I'm dead. Oh, this fight's gonna take all the stream time, isn't it? At this rate, it's definitely gonna take a long, long time. But I'm not stopping till it's done. I'm not gonna just go do something else. This is the thing we're doing. I'm locking into this. Okay. You got in my way. You silly, silly lace. I think I just have to take, what is it, like, which one is it, Taekwondo, that you use your opponent's movements and momentum against them, and that's basically the core of the martial arts style. It's just use your opponent's own momentum against them. That's basically what I need to do here, I think. Is just watch what they're doing and keep myself steady. The if I run around too much, that's gonna cause her to also move more erratically by comparison. She's gonna be moving around to match my movement. Oh yeah, you do multiples of that. Okay. Actually, not a bad time to heal. Maybe I got lucky, but still. Worth something, I suppose. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. Just keep it steady. Keep an eye on what she's doing. And just try to work around it, rather than trying to force myself into aggressive position. To attempt punishes that may not actually exist. Wait for her to create her own opportunities rather than trying to force them to happen, basically. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And now I know what to expect here. Which way are we getting stuff from first? Left side? Yeah, left side, okay. Then we get stuff from right side, yeah. Okay. And then we get proper phase 3. Here we go. Okay. Just keep track of what's going on. Same thing as before. Don't try to do anything too crazy here. Whoa, that parry came in clutch. Alright. I'm ready for that. Doing these, okay. That was a little bit weird positioning. That's my bad. Alright, going from the right side first. Thank you, directional audio, for existing. Okay. Don't try to get too ambitious with that attack. Just watch what she's doing. Alright, coming from the left first. Okay. Whoa. Trying to spice it up on me there. like a little bit further to the side. Careful there, Lace. You're gonna hurt somebody. And that somebody's gonna be me. Get over here. Alright, from the left side first. Then right side. Okay. Alright, just try to avoid damage. Alright, it's coming from the left. Or from the right. I knew which way I meant. I didn't articulate correctly. I was thinking I need to move left. Oh boy, here we go. Now she's doing her silly little big combos. Okay, so those things come out after the attack. Noted. Oh, you popped up right there, huh? Okay. I'm learning. I've seen further into the fight. The knowledge is all coming together. I think my strategy's pretty sound. At this point, I have a pretty good idea of how to dodge what I need to. It's just a matter of reacting appropriately. Trying to avoid damage is also probably just generally a good idea because that's how I get more damage. If I can somehow avoid getting hit every other attack. Yeah, I forgot my strategy there. I gotta jump those. That's the whole thing about them. It's a good healing chance. Oop, I need to jump after that. I gotta jump over the parries. Thank you. Whoa, that was not a great choice. There you go, okay. Oh, she just went straight for it. I don't know what causes her to choose different follow-up attacks for different branching patterns. Sometimes she'll do the third thrust, sometimes she'll just do a funny little aerial cutoff like that. I haven't found a consistent methodology to it. Oh yeah, you're doing those, okay. 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 It is a bummer when she decides to spawn the projectiles while I'm off screen and can't really see her doing it. It does complicate things a little bit. Yeah, that was a bit of a coin toss there. Now I lost that coin toss pretty handily. Okay, we're on to the second part. And I just have to remember, this part's not really all that different. This part's not any different from the phase we just went through. Except that sometimes it gets interrupted by void waves. This is literally just the same fight. No need to do anything different here. It just looks a little more intense. That was risky. That was a coin flip that I'm lucky I won. She could have jump attacked me and that I would have had no options. But she decided to do her ground combo instead, which saved me. Boy, she is doing a lot of void attacks here. It is incredibly easy for me to reflexively try to jump as a way of dodging, because that's how I deal with most of her attacks, but it's not safe. It is not a consistently reliable way to dodge literally everything. It will punish me with aerial attacks if I try. I got lucky she did an aerial attack there. That saved me a little bit. Speaking of being saved, thank you, Lucky Dice. Okay. Yeah, that's always sketchy too, when she cancels the 3-hit combo with the tentacle grab. It's always a little sketchy. Alright, we're doing big attack. We've got that in the mix now. Yeah, that's that coin flip that I lose sometimes. She did an aerial attack that time and that caught me. It almost caught me there again. Yeah, that takes a while for it to come out, huh? Okay, that's fair. The tendrils don't emanate immediately. Wait a moment. Alright. These. Ooh, sketchy. That was really, really sketchy placement. That almost caught me. Okay. Doing alright so far. Woo. Careful there, Lace. She tried to cut off my escape route there. Okay. So far so good. Still holding together. I think I'm finally appropriately locking in to this fight. That's bad. Let's get out of there. Wow, that was really close. Those tendrils almost got me. I won the coin toss there. I won the coin toss again. Boy, she spared me. She could have caught me with both aerial attacks, and that would have been really bad. Oh, jeez. I just noticed she's losing more and more of the void covering each time we stun her. Okay, what's next? Clearly we're not done yet, right? There's gotta be more. Hello, Lace. Oh, no. Oh. No way. Here we go. We are out of here. The Great Escape. There's no way. Team Cherry, you cannot be doing this to me. Oh my god. Hello? Wow. All endings or canon theories don't look so good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that they probably said that just to cover themselves, to not spoil what could potentially be happening with Silksong. So yeah, what are we thinking? This is straight up Pantheon 5 ending is canon, right? I feel like that's the only way that there would be this much potential night influence over the void. I don't think the Dream No More ending from Hollow Knight really. Matthew Trobiani as Trobio. Oh, I can see where he got the name from. That's fun. Wow. Yeah, we got Shade Lord just straight up. I don't know if I'll ever achieve that ending for myself because Pantheon 5 is kind of insane. Again, it's one of those things that really is, it's a marathon. I think that seems like it would be the canon ending considering what we got here. 2,158 Kickstarter backers. Holy cow. That that is an intense ending. Through the darkness and dangers, you persevered. Thank you for exploring the world of Hollow Knight Silksong. Let's meet again on the road ahead. It's cool he was named after the character he ended up playing. Yeah, absolutely. They made Trobio, and it's like, wow, that name is cool. Can I legally change my last name to be almost exactly that? I'm sure that's how it happened. 93%, almost 60 hours on this file so far. And we're still not completely done. But story-wise, I think that's it. Oh, the pin. Also, Seth Goldman contributed Shrine Guardian Seth's design, if memory serves. That would check out. That would check out, yeah. Okay. Now that we have officially... Let me load back in and just make sure there's nothing else funky going on here. No shenanigans or anything. Okay. Now that we've done the story, now we can clean up the other things that are left undone. Because we have finally seen the full story to its ultimate conclusion. Unless there's something else. I am going to invoke the actual... I don't ever get to use this because I don't often play games where it's like, don't spoil at all kind of things. I actually have a phrase for this. I think if I put up my command here, it's in there. I never get to do this. Hello? Where's my spoilers command? Is it spoiler? Is it just singular spoiler? Where's my command? Hello? Where's my command? Where is it? I don't have it enabled for some reason. Now I do. There we go. I have a spoiler phrase that I actually have because it's something I would never say in any other context. So hey, we're invoking the banana pudding. Is there any more to the story beyond that? Or is that the most involved ending that we can achieve with the game as it stands right now? Because we do have some side quest stuff we can do as well, and I'll probably aim toward that to begin with. Unless there is something we would need to do specifically in the Abyss here and now. You've achieved the true ending. Okay. I just wanted to double check that and make sure that I wasn't missing anything in that regard. Because we've already seen the entirety of Act 3, an entire act of the game is totally technically optional, depending on how one interprets the credits of a video game. So it is good to know that we are in the clear on that. And I think at this point, I feel pretty comfortable saying that I am officially out of major stories. Like, there is basically no more story to spoil. So we are out of story spoiler territory at the very least. As far as other goodies and unlockables and whatever other things there are to find throughout the rest of the game as secrets or collectibles or other side content, that still potentially, depending on how impactful it is, might still be under spoilers. I think mainly with these side quests, if we have an actual quest around it, that's probably, I would say that's still under spoiler protections. But as far as finding random odds and ends throughout the game world, I think we're at a point where I will accept guidance toward those once we've cleaned up our questing. Sir, I need to return above. Please ready the bell for me. Aye, miss. Sit on the bench and let's get you hauled up. Wrap me in. We're gonna go do some side questing now. And you know what's funny? Now the Radiance, while it ultimately is easier than what we just did, at least for me, it definitely was. It also comes down to, I think, the scaling of damage. The scaling of the nail damage in Hollow Knight is handled differently by the time you reach the final boss, or true final boss, than it is in this game. Because when I was doing my replay to get a full completion save file for Hollow Knight, boy, Radiance went down so fast. It took so little time with full nail upgrades and just having the damage increase charm along with that. It just was, oh hey, one of these things. I need these. Void masses. Let me deal with this. And mark that off on the map, because that is a thing that we have dealt with. Just a little below there. Might as well clean those up whenever we see them. But yeah, okay. Now that we have seen the full story, God, where to even begin with the discourse? Because I would have to think for a little bit if there are any other questions or the like that I have unanswered at this point. Honestly, I think probably the first thing I will do is just see who's put out lore retrospective videos for this game, because it would be helpful for me to have something that just consolidates the story into a more digestible chunk, because all of my story progress has happened over the course of 60 hours of gameplay. So I imagine it's probably easy for certain plot points and details to become faded with age in my memory. Let's see, there's somebody that needs help at the blasted steps. Oh, well, hi. I suppose this is what we're looking at. What's going on? What's going on, little buddy? Where are you taking me? Why do I get the feeling that this is gonna go... This could go one of two ways, basically. This... I do remember this room. This is where I got the lucky dice, isn't it? Lost Garmond, no! Garmond, no! No! Zaza! Wait a minute. No, buddy. Buddy, no. This stinks for everybody involved. Ooh. Okay, so that just goes in this a set pattern. It's not a tracking shot. It's just multiple separate arcing shots. Thank you, lucky dice. Oh jeez, I am not good at dodging those. Yeah, I think I know what I need to do to dodge those. We'll come back. I didn't sit at the bench first, so we'll have to... invoke fast travel. Because I forgot this was a thing until just now. I did start using the Dream Gate in Hollow Knight, so I did start finally utilizing that mechanic for getting around to places. So I need to remember that it's basically the same. It's basically the same here. All right, Garmond. Let's try this again. This really, really stinks that we lost this man. He was a credit to good bugs everywhere. Hate to see him like this. Thank you, lucky dice. Brother, you need to stop doing that. One thing I also started doing in Hollow Knight was actually using the... I started using the Dark Dive. And boy howdy, I see why it's so good. It's very nice. I'm sure I'm missing stuff like the Shade Cloak and Dark Dive now. But the increased mobility, I think, helps make up for it. That's kind of the whole name of the game anyway. Armand. I'm sorry, dude. You okay, dude? Sir Knight, I'm sorry. This was the only means to free you from the cursed threads. Fret not, little one. Be proud. You've grown so strong. Sasa, let us just rest a little, and then we'll be away. Dude, the fact that it happened in this obscured corner makes it even worse. Well, I suppose our work here is done. I'll leave them alone. Dude, like that moment almost made me, like that got me almost as emotional as the end of the game. Heirloom of a village lost to Barloom's haunting. The void takes without giving. As it always has and always will. It is an unrelenting, unstoppable force. It takes an incredible power to even temporarily sate it. And we'll get the memento installed here. Take a little sit down while we plan out our next move. The only other side quest we have now. We need to find 7 more void masses throughout Barloom. So they could be anywhere, in theory. We did find a lot of them in this general area. These pins don't feel very far apart. Yeah, I think we'll find them as we travel around to other places. There was some other boss over here in the general bile water. No, was it? Yeah. Well, no, it was Farfields. Somewhere over in Farfields area. Somewhere in here there was a boss we were initially pointed to, but we got the Green Prince's heart instead. So this marker went away. Well, let's go check out Farfields. I think that'll be a good next stop to go to. We'll just kind of explore around there, see what we can find. There's something going on in that general vicinity. It certainly wouldn't hurt to check it out. If we're lucky, we might find some more of those void masses along the way. Clean up. I do have a suggestion for something to initiate. There'll be something to work towards as you do other things once you've done everything you need in Farfields. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, main directive right now would be try and find a way to wherever is up in this general area. Unfortunately, we don't have the marker anymore. It is what it is. I'll just have to make do without it. I'm thinking I'll go through here and wrap back up around Pilgrim's Rest, and we'll see if there's anything in that general vicinity. Oops. Ooh, careful there, buddy. I put someone's eye out with that thing. See if there's anything up here. Doesn't look like it. As far as I can tell, anyway. Just pop in here real quick. Oh man. That final set piece, that final battle in general. Thinking back on it. Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna say earlier. I think ultimately that boss fight took fewer total attempts for me than the Radiance did when going for the Dream No More ending in Hollow Knight. Just in terms of numbers of attempts, getting through Hollow Knight to attempt Radiance was definitely a lot faster. I think generally each attempt took less time than going through and fighting Lost Lace on each of these attempts was. So I don't know how much the total time pans out to be. I would have to go through and see how long each one took in the VODs and just see which one actually took longer to do. Yeah, having each attempt take longer for Lost Lace definitely made each loss feel a lot more potent, I suppose. You really feel each attempt when each attempt is several minutes of careful and considered combat. Clockwork Dancers might have taken similar amount of attempts for you. I don't remember how many you do specifically. Yeah, I think that case balances out because I don't think the attempts were nearly as long. It wasn't like each attempt of Cogwork Dancers took a super long time. Lost Lace was an endurance match more than anything else. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything here in particular that seems like it leads to new places. All right, I have to... It's not quite like the Dream Gate where I can just do that wherever, whenever. You have to have solid ground for them to reach me through. Let me do that. Goodbye. Let me check the vertical shaft here. Yeah, I think Cogwork Dancers, those attempts definitely didn't last as long per attempt. Partially because I wasn't careful enough around certain attacks, and it took me a little bit longer to learn my lesson with them. Yeah, I don't see anything that particularly stands out far fields wise. I guess if you want to mention that suggestion you had, if it's something we're working toward while doing other things. Oh, hello. Sir Guardian. I scarcely thought we would meet again after our encounter. Apologies, friend. I fear I don't recognize you. And I'm sure I would remember such a striking figure. I guess this is Seth. Pay no heed, sir. It seems I mistook you for another. You are a traveler through these quaking lands, I take it? I suppose I am indeed. I was born into this world not long ago, waking beside a lake with only this weapon laying beside me. I've fought Lost Lace enough that I have a general idea of how close I am to the health thresholds to a degree that is surprising to me. I mean, if you do a fight enough times, you definitely start to get a feel for it, even if not consciously. I don't think I personally pay enough attention to that to notice it that much myself. I'm usually laser focused on just execution, just making sure I'm dodging things properly. Seth is my name, though I know not who gave it to me. The custom of the newly born is to explore the world, is it not? So that is what I have set out to do. I will rest here a moment, then continue my journey. The sharp-faced bugs of these drizzled caves love to swoop and play, don't they? If only I could understand their beautiful language. Actually, before I leave, fresh shell, clear sight, to the beginning and back, fateless and free, where others tread and beyond. Very interesting. I wonder what Seth's whole deal is then. It's the way he's talking. Kind of makes it sound like, I don't know, like he was possessed or something. Because clearly he was a very accomplished fighter, giving us a lot of trouble in our duel with him. And yet, he still refers to himself as newly born. Very interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot you're up there. I guess we just completely skipped you. Ow. Hee. Interesting that this is a bench all the way out here. I kind of wonder if that's just so you can look at the map for Verdania right away as soon as you get it. My suggestions to revisit the Pale Lake area by Fleetopia. Yeah, we can head over that way. I suppose it would give us an excuse to clear out the putrefied ducts and make sure that there's no void masses there. And if there are, to take care of them. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't have any clear idea of where I'm going right now, so I might as well go somewhere that we do have direction. I'm thinking I might take a gentle detour, not go straight to the putrefied ducts. I want to clear out the memoriam first. I want to take a look through that area really quick. Just because it's a pretty contained area and it shouldn't take too long to look through. And that way we can cover the whole putrefied ducts from one end to the other. Yeah, this place is mostly just straight hallways. So I figure if there are any void masses here, it'll be pretty easy to spot them. That's my reasoning anyway. I don't know if there's any specific places that void masses specifically wouldn't show up. Like if they won't show up at all in the Citadel itself, and only in lower areas toward where the void is coming from to begin with. But I figure it doesn't hurt to check. Good gravy, that's very violent. Just straight into electricity jump scare. Good golly. I don't see anything so far. I'll be more careful about this time. Much better. Hi. More of you guys. Hey, excuse me. Keep your EMPs to yourself. Let's check the rest of this tall room first. Now, one thing I also did a tiny bit more when I was replaying Hollow Knight was actually using the Dream Nail to get more soul off of enemies. I actually did that this time, instead of just completely ignoring that entire mechanic. Also, yeah, watching someone else discover this area after having played through Verdania for myself, suddenly that memoriam sign about Verdanium being doomed to be forgotten, suddenly it makes a little more sense, because now I have some context as to what Verdanium actually is. Oh yeah, I don't have silk because I just used it. What am I doing? Let it regenerate. Then we're good, or not. It would probably help if I was actually any good at this. Why am I flubbing this? No reason. Well, let's reset that real quick. I am not doing well with this. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Here. There we go. It's just that simple. I just have to do that. I don't see any void masses in here. You can check this room, see if there's anything going on. Don't see anything in here. Figure we might as well sit at the bench. We'll go through here, we'll go up, and then we'll go up again. It does feel kind of wild to be able to take those guys out in 3 hits. I remember back when they used to give me a lot more trouble than that. This was our Simon puzzle. I mean, there's void influence here, but I don't see any void masses. You're cutting off my route of travel. Don't do that. Break that so I don't have to think about it anymore. Just random little shell shard deposits. There we go. Excuse me. Just looking around. Nothing in here, okay. Just want to make sure. then in here, go left first. Nothing over here. That's fine. Doesn't need to be anything over here. Let's see, is there anywhere else? There could be something. Oh yeah, the spore shroom. I did use that a little bit too. So I did end up using some stuff that I've never used before in Hollow Knight. We are outside. Let me test something. Okay. There's no ceiling to grab here. Just wanted to make sure. These guys out of here. Let's see if I do that. Okay, that gets us up here. It's been a while since I've come over this way. I figure I want to start from this end so that we can go through the whole Putrefied Ducts area in one trip and just kind of have it crossed off the list for any potential void mass spawns. Because if there's one place I definitely do not want to be making unnecessary return trips to, it's this place. I'm sure you can understand. Oh, you didn't do your funny little... You didn't do your funny little ground breaching, you just kept charging again. Something assumptions. Yeah, you know what we definitely needed was void-empowered spit squids. Move even faster than the regular ones. I haven't seen any void masses so far. I think I'm just gonna go past you. Oh yeah, they, of all enemies, clearly they needed the extra HP and damage. Absolutely. Could not agree with you more. If ever there was an enemy that needed to be even more bothersome, it was definitely them. Okay, let's call you over here. And then we'll go down the main passageway here. I remember my strategy for you. Get grabbed, you fool. You darn fool. Get grabbed, you darn fool. The void powers won't save you from that fate. Oh yeah, I need you to take me up, I forgot. Okay, nothing up here. Understood. Oh, sorry, I thought you were a little bit further. Oops, sorry. Forgot you were there entirely, not gonna even pretend that I didn't. Clear this room real quick, and then we will head over toward the lake. I think there was something up here, right? Yeah, there was. Another little shell shard deposit. Now this guy's still just here. I don't know what this guy's deal is. He's just really hanging on there. I guess what did the barnacle plant suffocate because the bug it captured was too large for it to consume? Is this what they call environmental storytelling? Oh. Well, I think we know how this went. Well, the brood hatched. The mother isn't there anymore. Wonder if her plan worked to avoid being consumed. No way to know for sure. It will be forever an unsolved mystery. Yeah, that's not helpful, buddy. I'm sure you're not trying to be helpful, but just thought I'd be... I'll give you that one for free. It's just a free little point of critique for you. As it turns out, jumping directly into me is not good for my health. I know it might be a bit of a surprise to find this out. I suppose somebody had to tell you at some point. It seems like you don't know. Might as well top off my health. Okay, I don't see any void masses toward the ground level here. So I'm thinking what I'll do is when I come back, I'll go through the upper area and go to the bellway that way. And we will have this place fully checked out. Hello. Still having a grand old time out here. Let's see. What were we looking at for layout here? Okay, that was the crafts metal. Can't wait for a DLC where in the new Act 4, Grohl comes back and destroys every bench. Makes every enemy give them maggot effect and deals 3 masks of damage. Oh boy. Won't it be great? Act 4, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Grohl's Revenge. It always feels weird to have this super open area, like, just here, I guess this is what it's for. No. No way I recognize this color. Hold on. We speak the wish of the Master Herald, he who signs an age's end. Under chapel fallen to the monarch's might, over camp collapsed to the black thread plight. Scorched field on edge, shells black and burned, up towers spinning, near the surgeon spurned. Cage of one who raged against the silken lie, fell heart of frost who soars on high. Past cradle's peak, last test of fitness, that the age may pass. This shroom its witness. It's Mr. Mushroom. And Hornet knows about them, apparently. So, the Herald visits this land too. If he is here now, then great change or a savage end is inevitable. He would care to see nothing else. Oh, cool. We got the mushroom quest. Here we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I can see why that's something that you do along the way. Now, here's a relevant question. I know that in Hollow Knight you had to do them in order. Is that the case in this game too? Do you have to do them in the order that they're listed? Or can you find them at any of the locations at any given time? As we make our way back here. 90% sure it's sequential. Okay. So it is very much like it was in Hollow Knight then. Okay. I will keep that in mind. I don't see any void masses up here either. I did fall down, which is unfortunate. Thank you, Lucky Dice. I think at this point I might be better off just going back to the fast travel point and just doing that. I don't know if the void mass would even be back there. It seems like it's mostly... It exists in populated areas because that's where it can get the most mass. And that's why we've seen it mostly in the more populous areas. I feel like it would almost make more sense to start from Bone Bottom, go through the Marrow, and do this whole thing again that I was doing before. But I also feel like maybe it's worth looking for those as we do Passing of the Age. Under Chapel Fallen to Monarch's Might. Is there anything specifically named Chapel? Don't think so. But we have to go through in order. If it's sequential. This is like, if it was not sequential, then I could go for some certain other places that are more immediately obvious to me. I'm just trying to think. Chapel Fall into Monarch's Might. What that would be. I may be overthinking it a little bit. Maybe I should just go to important looking locations and see what happens. Because it does specifically refer to the cradle, past Cradle's Peak. I feel like Chapel would be somewhere in the Citadel. Let me go check the spot real quick. I don't know if it's gonna be... if I'm gonna be onto anything, or if it's gonna be one of those moments where it's like, bro was onto nothing. I'll take a look. I'm thinking high halls, and we go over... I might check this first since we're just right here. Oh boy. Well, aren't you guys just a bundle of fun? Is there any reason for me to deal with you guys? Because you're blocking the way. Clearly they've got something going on here if they're blocking the other door. Something's going on here. Something's fishy around these parts. Excuse me, you are blocking literally the entire screen with your body. Your collective presence is making it impossible for me to progress. Get him out of here. Once it's down to just the one guy, then it's not too bad. So what were they blocking off back here? Oh, a rune harp. Interesting. Oh, it's a relic. The faded runes hold a weaver's words from ages gone. Grounge is gonna love this. I guess that's the funny little thing they were hiding back there. Well, good thing we came over here, huh? Grab a little extra something. I was thinking of checking out down here for a couple of reasons. First of all, there were a couple of rooms we couldn't get into before. I'm not sure if maybe some sort of way of navigating them would have opened up due to the general collapse of architecture in these areas. It goes to the cog core, I know that. They're trying to follow me. There you go. You're making it in here. Took you to a quiet corner to dispatch you. Was not my intention, but it happened. Go check on these guys. Oh. Seems good here. Oh, 'tis merely the livid red bug. I was expecting some word from those above to explain the meaning of all this rumbling and shaking. They fail in their holy duties. My master must be shielded from such inconveniences, else their digestion be disrupted. There are worse fates than indigestion, sir. You are fortunate to be unharmed. Fortune has nothing to do with it. I am simply of a hardier breed than the insipid young servants of these recent wretched times. If you say so. I guess we're just gonna have to accept that I'm built different is literally the reasoning he gave. No, okay. Figured I'd check, just in case. See what was going on in this neck of the woods. Doesn't seem like much of anything happening here. Let me read that quest hint again. Under Chapel, fallen to the Monarch's might. Chapel fell into the Monarch's might. I feel like my brain is kind of going in the wrong direction here. Exhaust organ? I have no idea. Maybe exhaust organ? It's close enough to check. Just hop on over to the Bilewater Bellway and take a left. We are going to get a little bit goopy here. That's fine. I can get rid of that. Making sure there's nothing over there. Gosh, I wonder what Mr. Mushroom looks like in this game. And if I'm going to be able to understand him. Because now that I think about it, I know that in Hollow Knight you had to have the Spore Shroom charm equipped to even be able to understand what he was saying and move that quest along. I don't know that we have anything equivalent to that here. Hopefully, hopefully a hornet can understand them. A little bit of music for the music hall. Oh. I guess I forgot there was an elevator here. And this leads back to the Grand Beltway. Well, I haven't fully explored the exhaust organ. And that's where I kind of want to focus here. Let's check the rest of the outdoor area. Make sure there's nothing going on out here. I don't see anything here. Where else could I look? I guess maybe my brain mixed up some of the clues. Because over camp collapsed to the Black Thread Plight. I think my brain thought that was Songclave, but maybe Songclave is under Chapel Fallen to the Monarch's Might. Maybe. Either way, it's worth checking. Because that was one of the places where I was like, if it's not in sequence, I would definitely check around Songclave first, because that seemed, based on those hints, like an obvious place to start. I might as well go there and just see what happens. I wish there was a way to get launched out to the right out of this bellway instead of always left, because I never want to go left. I always want to go to the right when I'm coming out of the bellway. I think I've maybe actively chosen to go left out of this room a scant few times. Oh yeah, this is all blocked off, I forgot. Oh, we can open it from this side. Oh, neat. That is cool. I did not know. Oh. Pain, anguish, and misery. Hosted by the Tormented One. Jeez. Well, that sounds like fun. In the darkest of shadows, all is made clear. Arloom draws its final breath, and we few remaining must bear its dying pain. Come to the Citadel's stage, and let us suffer together. Oh boy, that sounds like a boss battle if ever I heard one. Also, hey Sherma, you're looking a little down in the dumps here.
Red Maiden, you have some great task ahead of you, do you not? If so, then I fear the time of our final parting draws near.
You would be surprised, Sherma. I have already done that in another life.
You sense it true, Sherma. I shall soon descend to the darkness below the kingdom and quell the source of Farloom's rending. If that task is achieved, my future may take me far from Farloom, but know I have faith that you will hold these bugs together and see them prosper. Ah, in truth, I'm still only a fool, but I'll hold dearly to your faith in me. That warmth will help me to endure whatever challenges lie ahead. Now let me pray for you, dear friend, and may my hopes follow you into the deepest darkness and beyond. Brothers, sisters, we still have our voices. Our bond is unbroken. Our strength is shared. Huddle together. What new sin? Let's keep our spirits strong.
Now that's the Sherma we know and love. Citadel's stage, huh? Yeah, okay, we can head that way. Why not? Oh, hello? Yeah, okay. Return to the Citadel stage. Okay, yeah, this place ain't looking so good anymore. Take care of those guys. I forgot I left that one playing. What an ominous recording to have left playing. Oh my god. Hey, Vault Keeper, can we put something else on?
Pain, pain. Do you hear her cries, cursed spider spawn? Farloom suffers for our pathetic mortal ignorance. We fail it, and it falls. Knowledge is needed. More and more. It must be hoarded, sought. Strength to understand, to calm and quell. It is action now that needs taking, Vault Keeper, by myself and those left alive who would aid me. Seek solutions in your texts and psalms as you may. They alone will not be enough to heal a pain so great.
By the way, show me your collection. Let's play something else. Put something a little bit more pleasant on here. Where's the nearest bench to the stage? I guess it would be the Grand Bellway. Oh, a Void Mass. Well, hello there. Let me just mark that so that I know I've been here. There you go. And I think that's halfway done then. Yep, only 6 more to find. I've got 3 more of the black markers, so I'll do 3 more of those and then 3 of them in red, I guess. Well, once we have the last 3, then markers won't be necessary. I'm mostly using those markers as a way to get a general sense of where we've already found them, so we're less likely to find more of them near those specific areas. Is there... There's not a way for me to get over to the left from here, is there? That's weird. Hold on. The way it catches the wall there. What is up with that? Why do I catch the wall there? That's so bizarre. I mean, I assume that's where the secret way through exists. That's really funny that I just catch the wall there. Very interesting. Not super helpful for this particular circumstance. I was kind of hoping, well, if I die, I'll just go from the Grand Bellway next time. It'll be closer. You, might or mourner, fell-fated, chosen left till last. Relent, submit, the fatal blow was struck. There Farloom wails its end. We woe befallen few remained. Let us join here at last and show our fires fierce. Together to share our kingdom's pain, feel it scorch our shells, and know clear its suffering, its sorrow. Trobio round 2. Oh boy. Tormented Trobio, oh no. Depression Trobio. I have to learn a new moveset, huh? Whoa. Okay, I'm mostly just trying to pay attention to his moves here, so I can learn how best to dodge them. Ooh, right. Okay, so you send out those whirlwinds afterward, right? Ooh, nice. Nice effects, dude. I will say, he is putting on quite a show here. Putting End of the World as he knows it didn't make him very happy, yeah. I can't imagine why. Oh, that's mean. Where am I supposed to go, sir? Sir, you've given me 0 options. Oh yeah, that's a bad corner to be in. Right at that particular moment. It sure causes a lot of screen shake, that's for sure. Oh dang. Unfortunate positioning. Okay, this should be a fine spot to be. Oh, he's doing cross ones now. He's doing cross-shaped big blasts. Keep an eye on that. Trobio. The saddest Trobio ever. Oh, hold on. I keep forgetting he's gonna do that. Like, yes, he falls down after he throws those. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Oh boy, we're in phase 2 now. Yikes. Oh man. Might not make it first attempt. Thank you, Lucky Dice, for saving me from myself. Again. Ow. Okay, we're going from Grand Bellway this time. And now I know what to do to dodge some of it a little better. Trobio's not gone. He just needed to take a little nap. And do a little bit of redesign, I suppose. To get more of a purple. Oh, well, that's not exactly the best super jump spot then, huh? Yeah, I just want enough silk to heal back up. So I'm not going into this fight with no... I'm not going into this fight with damage already on me. Probably for the best. I love the way he comes out of the ground every time. The vocals in the background too. Oh, I love that. I didn't notice that the first time. Careful. He's really going all the way to the other end. Nah, dude. That's bullying. This man's straight up bullying me. Bullying. Oh, he could always do the cross ones? Okay. I just never chose to do them before. I guess. Now I know. I keep doing that. I get so greedy. Stop it. Trolio. More like Trollio. Stop. Stop, dude. Where do I go? You've given me nowhere to go. This man's bullying me. Like, straight up. How can he do this to me? I have never seen such rudeness in my life. Alright, Trobio, if you're gonna bully me, I'm gonna bully you. You don't get to have your funny little pose at the beginning without damage anymore. It's just not gonna happen. I didn't see that one coming quick enough. Whoa, excuse me, sir. That is cheating. This guy is bullying me. Like, there's no other explanation. This man really just pops up wherever he wants to, even if that's literally less than a second after he went under. So mean. Where do I go? Buddy, you've given me nowhere to go. I don't remember the first fight well enough, but I think he was an RNG nightmare then too, wasn't he? Trobio just is this way. This is just the nature of the beast. Sometimes he just gives you undodgeable patterns just because he's mean. Look at him. Look at how mean he is. This is the meanest man. Stop it. Stop. Sir, bullying is a federal offense. You're going to prison. When you got 100%, I want to listen to the full soundtrack separately with you and get your reaction. I will be very interested to listen to the soundtrack on its own, because as much as turning up the music has helped a little bit to hear it a little better, there's still, you know, the whole split attention issue, especially with a man like Trollio here. Stop it. I'm lucky that corner was safe. Sir, what are you doing? Stop. Stop. No. No, you don't you dare. Okay, well thank you, Lucky Dice, for saving me from that nonsense. Oh, hold on. Stop. Dude, what are you doing? Dude, there was nowhere I could go. What do you want from me, Polio? Get out of here, dude. Quit bullying me. Get down here. Finally, a chance to heal a little bit. Man's been on a non-stop projectile throwing course. Go crazy with it. I think the toughest part is when the explosives are delayed and they start doing staggered timings, and I can't properly dodge them. Thank you, Lucky Dice, for saving me from that nonsense again. Okay, those have a little bit wider hitbox than I can really effectively just be super close to and get away from. There we go. Trollio's gone. For real this time, right? You done? Not with that one final dramatic exit. So be it, impudent louse. Deny our kingdom's agony. Refuse its touch upon your fickle shell. Carve your hapless path. Stalk and strike and fight. But know your foe is fate herself, and she has risen raging. By the way, here's a thing for you. Thanks for playing. Dark Mirror. Oh. When theatrical tools of a vainglorious bug. When binding emits a searing blast that damages surrounding enemies. Interesting. What did that do before? When I just had the one mirror? Was it just a stun before? And now it has a damage component to it? I never used it, so I don't remember what it was originally. Let's see what's... Oh yeah, Tormented Trovio. This one chose to embrace the doom to come. I shall not share such easy surrender. We're actually pretty close to having all of the entries, and I've completed most of them. Thanks to the farming that I did back in Act 2. Specifically go out of my way to fill out every farmable enemy that was accessible at the time. We've still got a handful lingering here and there. I'm not too worried about that right now. That's probably something that I'll clean up maybe in between streams, whenever we get to the point that we've seen all of the enemy types. Well, let's see, is there anywhere else? I still don't know where Chapel Fallen to Monarch's Might would be. So unless that's like Bone Grave or something. It's about the only other place that really comes to mind for me. And something tells me it's not right, but I'm gonna go check it anyway. Might as well. I'll ignore those guys to the left. I think over camp collapsed to the Black Thread Plight. That could be here. That could be in the upper areas of Bone Bottom here. So maybe this is a ruined chapel. It's literally called Ruined Chapel. Hold on. So it's under Chapel, ruined by Monarch's Might. Anything up here? Uh-huh. What is this? Funny little secret. Hello? Anguished aura. 8 masks hard, swirled soul enraged. 12 acnids flat, all juices strained. 6 pilgrims living, hung along to drain. I'm not even gonna pretend that I know what any of that meant. I feel like there's been a lot of those orders, and I feel like that ties back to something cultural, maybe? Back when the Citadel was actually functioning and not in a state of total disrepair. I don't really know for sure. Oh, we're doing something here. We're binding something. I wonder what it is. It's another crest! The crest of Shaman. Cast the blade forward and strengthen silk skills with powerful runes. Okay. Ooh, I like the design. And that's the final crest right there. What sort of... Interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. This seems... This seems like a fascinating thing to check out. I'm gonna have to super jump out of here too, huh? I'm gonna figure I head out this way and use the bench that's right here. Let's see, what are we looking at here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, what? Huh. Whoa. What? You can do that with this crest. Oh, that's fun. Multiple silk skills instead of having tools. Oh, that's fun. Probably good for someone like me who doesn't use tools, right? Whoa. Whoa, it does the funny little... Does a funny little laser. Little laser blade. That's fun. Nice, nice. Whoa. A funny little dash attack. Whoa, that down attack is interesting. Whoa, that's still pogos? That's funny. Dude, what? That's actually kind of wild, though. What does the bind do? Oh, it like slams you down. What? Hey, buddy. A little bit of music. Hi, buddy. It's been a long time. You've got a very nice blue. Crossed weapons. Sleeping, of course, but shaped unlike any you've seen before. To travel underneath is one thing, but traveling up above may require a different sort of sight. Sir Harold, it seems rare coincidence for us to meet in this distant land. Unless, perhaps, you followed me here. A path that meets itself is an ill portent indeed. Those who peer sideways know well enough. Oh, excuse me. Off he goes. That's the first one. Over camp collapsed the black thread plate. I do think of Bone Bottom when I hear that. But we'll have to see. That's the one I initially thought might be Songclave. But there's a
Hmm.
couple of places it could be. So the fact that it's over... Let's just go up and see where I end up here. I was thinking of checking from... basically from here and then going through each of the little room spaces. So I'll stay right here. We'll do a super jump back up. This way. I want to try out the Shaman Crest's attacks for a little bit. See what happens. I'm wondering if I should mark where I've met this guy before. I don't think I need to, though. I do like how this pogo keeps me at range. It's a lot more downward than I would have expected, though. Oh yeah, that is fair. My nature has expanded. I could probably do something with that. And that probably will compel me even further to stick with the Hunter's Crest, but it's all good. I do like the charge attack on this. The charge attack is very nice. We'll wrap back around down this way. See if Mr. Mushroom is down here at all. Probably not, but just in case. Okay, so we'll have to go check out some other camp areas. For this. I think the charge attack is my favorite part of this crest. There's very, very good range and area of effect. Pop this open. The only tragic thing is I don't have any memory lockets to put into it. Get my tools back. I'm just running 3 different silk arts and that's it. Lady, you are a multitude within a single shell, a being truly unbound. To aid your growth has proved a grand task, even for one as limited as me. As my last act, permit me to ask a final, selfish request.
Buenera.
Your talents have provided great benefit, Eva. What is it you desire of me? Only to have my own soul, my own memories, bound within your shell, as you have done with those others throughout these lands. I would not define as a crest within you, but my small strength may still grant a final boon.
Mangina fora.
You ask to be subsumed. No, your mind would cease to be in any independent sense. I know, and still I seek it, gladly, to be united with one unbound. This is the kind of escape I once prayed for, though the weight of ages had almost made me forget. Dear lady, would you grant me this request? I mean, sure. If you want to so badly, then who am I to keep you locked up here? By your grace, I am at last broken from my fate.
Tamiayan.
Gladly I accept your union, Eva. No longer shall you suffer eternity alone. Bound Eva's art Silksong. Oh, that's clever. Oh, I love that. Eva's soul and strength reside within. Silk will regenerate while resting at a bench. So Lubra's blessing has returned? Oh, that's really nice. Well, hey. I'm sure that will come in plenty handy. Very cool. Alright, let's see here. What would be our next destination? I do love that it's called Silksong. That's really well done. Over camp collapsed to the black thread plight. Let's see. As far as camps go, there's Pilgrim's Rest. That seems like as likely a candidate as any. And it's quick enough to check. So let's head that way. Our fields. Once again. Wait, I want to see how this looks. Oh, just a nice little pop-up. I mean, to be fair, I had only one missing. I'll try this bind again. Okay, so I have to be at ground level to bind, but it will force me toward the ground to do that. Probably faster for me to just dash down to the ground and then... Oh wow, that's fast. That's really fast. Nice. I guess it would be fastest for me to... Well, I don't know. I still have to jump up afterward. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is better to just do the bind as a downward dash. Maybe trying to do a down dash is overcomplicating it. Let's go take a look over here. To be fair, this, I don't know if I would necessarily consider this to be a camp. But I thought it might be worth checking. Easy enough to check. And it did say over. Yeah, okay. Let's see, where else? Where else would be a good spot to check? I mean, we could go with my original concept, going with Enclave. Could always check there. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. I don't want to go to the slab. Don't send me to prison. No, I don't belong here. I'm no criminal. Get me out of here. I just want to go to the right. That's all I want. Team Cherry, let me go to the right. Please. That's all I want in this world. Just let me jump off to the right instead of the left. Let me choose which direction I go. He's not here. The mushroom ain't here. Where else is there a camp? Maybe... I'm not entirely sure. It depends on what they qualify as a camp. Camp collapsed to the Black Thread Plight. Is there anywhere on here that calls itself a camp specifically? That's the real question. Let me do something here. I don't see anything here that calls itself a camp. I'm thinking I fast travel to some areas and look at the quick maps. Because the quick maps actually show some of the smaller location names. The way the bigger map doesn't. So what would be... Is there something in the marrow? Maybe? I figure I just go to each of these areas and take a look. I don't see anything there. I don't think Deep Docks has anything that's a camp. I don't see anything labeled as a camp here. I'm just gonna go to each of these areas and check it. Greymore has a couple spots that might be considered a camp of sorts. One that comes to mind specifically is where Chakra was hanging out for the brief time that she was here in Greymore. We'll head over that way real quick, see if that does anything. It is really nice. The only challenge is that I have to hold down the button to have the attack charged and also jump with it. Makes platforming just a little bit more exhausting on the thumb. So this is what I'm thinking might be a camp. I don't know if it's really fallen to the Black Thread. That's the only thing. It's just always kind of been the same. Wouldn't really say it's changed at all. Are there any other places that would be referred to as camps? I wonder if maybe I'm getting too hung up on the specific wording of camp. maybe that's part of the problem. Um, let's keep checking areas and see if there's anything that comes up name-wise. Nothing here. We do have something to give the scrounge. We can do that while we're here. Let's give you that rune heart. See what you've got to say about that. Last words of the weavers. Sisters, spiders, the burden is past. These simple bugs shall bear it full, never to cease, never to silence. We shall die, and wait, and pray, that one may come of silken strength, enough to weave us free. Guys, I think that's me. We continue amassing rosaries. Wait, this is different. This wasn't open before, was it? No, that's definitely new. Hey, there's a memory locket. Nice. I will certainly accept this. Let's see. Well, either one of them would be a blue. So no yellows. And that means... I think I prefer long claw first. Trying to get a sense of how not being in here would probably be a good idea. That goes pretty good distance now. I mean, might be placebo effect, because I don't know how much actually affects the distance of these beams. I want to test the range. Let me test the range. That was pretty far. Let me just do this. That reaches about there. If I take that off. Okay, it does have a little bit of an effect. It's not that much. At least not for the standard attack. So maybe Weave Light would be more helpful initially. Well, I am glad I came back here because having an extra memory locket is helpful. I think we only need one more then, right? To fill everything out. We are just missing one more memory locket. Pretty cool. 95% completion as well. We're closing in on that big 100. Man, I might just pass through this bell vein real quick. I mean, Bellheart did get hit pretty badly by the void here. So it wouldn't be entirely impossible that this could be considered the camp in question. I really do love the charge attack on this thing. It is very nice, very strong. Wait for this big boy to come down. Being able to keep at a range with the charge attack is kind of nice, and it's got a massive range. All things considered. If I'm not mistaken, though, it is just a touch slower with regular attacks. I didn't see him here. Where on earth could be the right spot? It's specifically a camp collapsed to the Black Thread Light. So it's something that only would have been specifically ruined in Act 3. Trying to think what that would be. I don't know where would be a good place to look for that. It felt like Bone Bottom was a kind of a shoe-in for that. Songclave was what I initially thought. Maybe it's in the Memoriam area there? Because that's above Songclave? Maybe. I mean, if I'm going off of just straight up map-based directional, that area of the Memoriam is above Songclave. Try that. We'll go here, we'll go to the Memoriam, we'll go over to the area of the Memoriam that is north of the Songclave part of the map. And we'll see if there's anything there. I have no idea. But I think this will probably be the last thing that I check today specifically. Because we are just about at the end of our usual time. I do love the concept of the Shaman Crest. I do think that its attack speed is holding it back for me. Any mushrooms on this bridge? And I could guess probably not. Still worth checking, I guess. I mean, I didn't see anything here, and this is above Songclave, so yeah, I don't know exactly where that would be then. Some of these other ones are probably going to be a bit of a stumper as well, but some of them definitely feel more obvious. Because Overcamp collapsed to the Black Thread Plight. So many things collapsed. Some of them quite literally. So it's hard for me to really mentally pin down something specifically as being the right option. I feel like it could be at least a handful of different areas potentially. I feel like bottom, like that feels that feels like the most likely candidate, but I didn't see anything up there. But they are not able to reach me. Try this. No? But they really just cannot get to me at all. Hold on, let me go across the bridge again. So slow without my funny running shoes. How about now? There we go. That works. I don't want to be on the right side. I never want to come out the right side. Oh, that's funny. They always put me on the wrong side. I just want to be on the side that has the bench. I literally never want to start on the left. It's so funny. It just feels so specifically counter to my intuitive desire. I don't know. I feel like that's something where they could implement a directional influence. Where it's like if you're holding a certain direction as you're being launched out, you would come out that direction. So it's like if I'm fast traveling to here and there's a left and a right, if I'm holding right, just send me right. And if I'm not holding anything, then just whatever the default is probably fine. But I think it's really funny. I don't know why I'm so hung up over it. I think it's because I travel here so often. Because it's the easiest... It's the easiest venture cut access. I don't know. In any case, that will be it for me for today. We are officially in the... I guess we call this post-game. Because we've seen the full story. Let me bring it over to here so we can have our music as we wrap up for the day. I'll probably do some more exploration of different things tomorrow. We'll just go around and see what's going on, because we still need to find those other void masses as well. So it might be good to just do a general run around through the areas and just see what's going on across the whole realm of Farloom now that Act 3 has taken hold. We haven't really gone to too many different places after activating Act 3. Like, I don't think we've been in the Marrow basically at all since Act 3 started, so I have no idea how messed up that place got. But that will be it for me for today. I'm very, very pleased with how this story has turned out. It's been such an interesting contrast to Hollow Knight. I'm very glad that I had the time to just play through the entire thing in a pretty comprehensive fashion leading up to the finale of the story here. And that last fight was pretty darn fun. I am very, very pleased that they ended everything with another lace fight, because the escalation was immaculate. And it still felt like it had a similar sort of energy to it for the most part, where it feels it feels very much like, I know I keep saying it feels like a dance, but it's like that, where it's something that I can sort of parse in real time, and it's not purely subconscious reactive muscle memory. I do get to make some decisions here and there on what approach to take specifically. Yeah, the every lace fight has been super fun expansion to the difficulty of the fight. So very fun that they decided to make that the way it all ends. Very fun stuff. But we'll do some more exploration tomorrow, most likely. Have to see whether or not I've got the energy for it. And we'll just play it by ear. But if all goes well, I would like to do a little bit more of exploring Act 3 Farloom, because we haven't done a whole bunch of that. Kind of gone to some specific places, a little more point to point. We haven't just wandered around for a while. So we might do that while trying to find our 2 long-term side quest objectives along the way. That will be it for me for today. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. And before I forget, I do want to mention one thing as well that I've been thinking about. At this point in time, my stream notifications, I've been putting those on Twitter. I mainly emphasize the Blue Sky account though. And I do post it to a couple of other places as well. But Blue Sky is kind of the main place that I post anything that I'm going to talk about. Stream notifications. I linked earlier, that's where I put up the screen grabs of my full model retexture. I put those up there. I think at this point, I am going to officially retire the Twitter account and just not post anything there anymore, because almost every time that I post my stream notifications on there, I get bot follows from accounts that are just, I'm pretty sure, are never real people. And it's just like, I don't want to have to constantly be managing these not at all real people literally every time that I post something on there. So at this point, I just wanted to make it official that from this point onward, I'm no longer going to be posting anything to Twitter. The main place to find things at this point moving forward, and it's been this way for a while, but I'm officially just no more Twitter for me. It's all gonna be over on the Blue Sky there. So just so that's made official before I forget again, because I've been meaning to mention it for a little while, but I just never remembered to do it at the end of the stream. So here's me doing it now. With that being said, thank you all for being here and hanging out. This has been a wild ride and such an impressive follow-up to Hollow Knight. I think they've more than knocked it out of the park with this one. And I can't wait to dive into more of the content that other people have made around it. starting with some lore retrospective videos, whatever I can find, just to get a more compactly cohesive view of the story, since I saw the whole thing over the course of 60 or so hours. And I would not say that that's very condensed or consolidated by any means. So I'll be doing that probably sometime soon on my own time, just checking that out. See what people put together. That'll be something that I take care of on my own. I will likely be back tomorrow, but no guarantees. Either way, I will post something on Blue Sky to update y'all which way I decide to go with it. Hopefully I'll be able to, but it is supplemental, so it is subject to alteration. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. I think that's all I had to say for updates and things, so I'm gonna sign off for today. But remember, as always, that somebody cares about you because I care about you. And until the next stream, take care, everyone.